I'm in. Don't worry, I'm in. We are almost ready. And we have 16 drivers right now. We are waiting for ISI and some reserves. You only see now the audio. I'm in. Category. Just editing everything. Jarno is in. Hot laps not, classification not. I wanted to cover thought, so okay. Okay, Jarno is in. It's 5 minutes to start. We have 17 drivers right now. We are waiting for ISI. Hartner will not come. Same as Jeroen. And I'm afraid of course Coenberger, who will come to the blacklist if he will not come. That's sad. Okay. So I hope that no loser will come. And here he is. Okay, so only Red Bull is now waiting for us. There we have Calf Road. Okay, and there is a problem if there, because above my city I see there's a storm coming, a thunder, so we can break the stream. There will be no transmission. Why now? Why it cannot handle about 1 hour earlier? I need to click the spectate option. Let me see. There is a problem. So we have only half of a minute now. I hope it will just come around. Okay, I need to click spectate because there would be a problem. Only one Red Bull we are missing. We have exactly 6 p.m. UK. Now we can start. We are just waiting. Just before. Okay, we are starting. There is Captain. He lost his team. Okay, but at least we are spectating and not racing. Let me see one of the fathers, because okay, it's just coming out of my town, I see, and we have heavy rain in Hungary. That's fine to be honest. We have a heavy rain because I see the wet tires is Bjarne putting right now, same as driver ahead of him. It is Jarno de Brove. for the problem, but you know, storms in Silesia and Poland. But I see it's getting away. Or just closer. Where is my town? No, it's getting closer. So I'm afraid that we will have to break up the screen, but stay tuned. It's getting more cloudy. And I see the raindrops. We'll see. Some drivers are their out laps. Both Mercedes and Jordi and Williams and Juan came out of the pit. Same as Edzak right now. I will turn down slightly the sound. Okay, sorry for that disorganization. When we are organization, wow. We'll see. I have that like that. Every time we have a storm, it's not in my area. Okay, Bjarne is starting the lap on the heavy rain in Hungary. Let's start on the data. And Caproad retired from the session. Here we have the yellow flags. Where he retired, I personally do not know. It's not here. Bjarne de Brewer ahead of Juan, but let's follow Bjarne. I'm still watching how are the conditions in my area. Yellow flags in sector 2, but it's probably someone letting by. Bjarne is now ending the lap. I can tell about the title battles between Axe and Juan, and also Jesper can join. Juan has 136 points and achieved 3 wins in a row. Axe 130 points and Jesper 104. Now Bjarne is with the fastest lap. 131,752. Access on his hot lap. Let's see if Juan can do a decent one. No! 4 seconds slower. He should do a mistake. What's happening with Jarno? He just cannot come into the pits, but what a miracle made, given by game. Jesper second, Jordi third. Virzu now third. Wi-Fi is coming for his hot lap. Ron is in one. Same with Matt, so let's follow the Frenchman. 6 people on this broadcast. Welcome everyone. We're broadcasting until the thunder in Poland will come to close. Matt with the 4th fastest lap. Over 1 second slower than Virzu. Axe is ending with the 4th fastest. Wannabe Senna 8th fastest. Rom is now ending. Tricky conditions here in Hungary. Captain P7, he's on Red Bull, I know, but he will be counted as a McLaren. Rom second. There's one driver missing. Only one to make the history. Yellow flags here, whereas Loser, who came back as a reserve driver in Haas. after 1 4th place and 2 victories. He had just no time to come. Now he's back. Yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Here where is the loser? One of the fastest in our league. He's guaranteed seat for season 2 for now, because he's 5th on the standings. Now there is yellow flag in sector 3. But loser just don't care. Can he do a fastest lap? No, it's only 6th fastest. He didn't break 1:32. So a tough lap by him. Now this is Axel making the fastest lap. Can we break 1:31 now? In this qualifying session, I think it's possible, but really hard to do because of the rain. You can see what happens with Edzax. He races with traction, but yes, he's just drifting around. Tricky conditions in Hungary. But I'm not Jordi. Hello, Greek gamer. Now Edzax is coming to the end of the lap. Wojtinho is here, to be honest. Edzax now on the final straight. Oh, thunders are gone. Nin fastest. So I have no worries now. Kyler, the reserve driver on McLaren, Red Bull, sorry. Of course I can say about that thing, I was just kidding. Yeah, now I know. One thing about both Force India drivers, I mean Wolves and Ryan Webb, the Ero and the nationality shortcut is that thing what we will do from the new season. I mean the name tags. They did, both Force India drivers today made it before us, before everyone. Now Bjarne is on his in lap because he has no fuel. Jasper is now trying to stay on track or what? I don't know. He's making the hot lap now because it's over 3 seconds slower. Same with Jordi. He nearly crashed with Bjarne. But now there is Ero starting. I think you can see much slower lap, probably huge saving ERS deploy. Both Force Indias on the outlaps, same with Wi-Fi. Now there is Jarno the Brover on his hot lap. For now the only driver retired from the session. Red flag conditions I see on the Discord. Virzu right. Now Jarno ending his lap, but he will not be the fastest. As you can see, it's 1:38. 14th fastest, last for now. From all of the drivers who made the lap. Now both Force India are standing, same with Wi-Fi and Ferrari. Only Juan is on his hot lap, I mean. No, he will start. So you have nothing to watch now. Maybe Captain is, I don't know what he's doing. Now Ero is probably coming to the garage. No, yes, probably yes. As you can see, you just cannot push like on the dry conditions. Hope you will have one on the race. You cannot just push with full throttle. You need to push on the third gear, like Kyler does it. Yellow flags in sector 2. Kyler spun. He lost his part of the front wing. So there is a problem for the Red Bull driver. Can he still do a lap? I think not. So let's follow Wolves. Barely keeping on the track. Matt is coming for its out lap. And this is Wolves on the 14th place. Now let's see Ryan Webb. Where can he finish? He is 15th. Both of Inter drivers on the row. No, they are on separate rows. Wet Hungary, I love it. I also had a race. Oh no, Thunders are back. But they are quiet, so no problem. I also had a partly wet race on Hungary. And also we had a Classic Cup yesterday where I won. And we had wet conditions. Now Juan is on his hot lap, but as you can see, loses 3/10 comparing to the fastest lap. 30 is 8 fastest, just to notice. Now Captain has Juan just ahead of him. I see Wolves and Ryan Webb still trying. They are very close to their best laps. Let's see. Kyler is coming to the pits. And you can see Wolves ending out of the track, but will his lap be invalidated? No! Improved, but not enough to get promoted. Loser is now starting his lap. Jordi on the out lap, I see, or just invalidated one. One still in the 5th place. Now Axe is 2nd. Bjarne with the additional points for the pole position. It was crossed by LD Bauer, who doesn't race today. Isaac has joined, so he's late. I need to write something. Okay, now it is done. I know some drivers on the hot laps. I hope no one made a mistake because of my writing. Now let's see, Vilzu didn't improve, but let's follow Juan. As you can see, there are lots of problems on the wet track on Hungary. Let's see, he's faster. Can he beat 131, 242? That's the question. I think yes, because he's the title contender. So let's see this. Nurloser came 2nd, just 50 thousandths of seconds slower. Now Juan makes the fastest lap. Over half of a second faster than Bjarne, who is on his out lap, so still he has time to improve. Now Axe 4th. He will start. Nurloser 3rd. Jasper 5th. Rom coming P6, but he will start right now. Oh no, there is still Thunder, but far away from me. I will check it out now. Edzax is 6th. Vilzu 8th. Oh, Wolves came into 9th place. Yellow flags here because of Wolves. Yes, Juan drives well. He's just a title contender. He's the leader of the championship by 6 points ahead of Axe, who is now P6. I see Matt and Jordi improved their laps, so they are now P5 and P4. Only Wi-Fi is still on the track and doesn't have a lap. I think he had He has to find some points this race, because the battle between Ferrari and Sauber on the constructors, same with Mercedes, is tight. For example, yes, Ferrari is leading by 30 points ahead of Sauber. Axe came into P7, wow. Wi-Fi now P15. The Sauber has 168 points. I see the battle between Jesper and Wi-Fi on the qualifying session, I don't know for what. And the third place we have Jesper and Bjarne, and to be set and giving sad info, Klemberger goes into the blacklist. So we have 3 Red Bull for the last 2 races. And now that means the 13th driver will have the seat if Klemberger will come over P12 at the end. Now this is Wi-Fi who spawned, probably destroyed his, yes, he destroyed his lap. Why probably? Now let's see, Bjarne did it, only 4,000 of second faster than Juan. That destroying Wi-Fi's lap. Yes. Where is Jesper? He's ending over 1 second faster, so it means that he can fight. Even for the pole position. Private with the 3rd place. His best position was 4th in France. His 2nd rank, still named as a Wiludzki. But now he's Prime Virzu, changed his PSN ID. Now Jesper makes the fastest lap of this qualifying session. Can we beat 1:30? I think it's possible if Nurluzer can do it. Same with Virzu, not this time. I think lots of spins right now. Exact is coming to the guard, so he will not improve. I get to go, but there's cheaters. There's heavy rain, accent, Jarno both retired. It means that they could crash. Now Bjarne with the fastest lap, and in his qualifying session we will have pole position for now. It means that Jarno could have a penalty for next race. I'm focusing on Discord. Now Nurluzer. He's still trying on that tricky conditions in Hungary. But you can see he's not even pushing full throttle and he's spinning. As you can hear right now, thunderstorm, but I saw the light and it was a lot of kilometers away from me. Now Nurluzer the 3rd fastest. That's the end of the qualifying session. Let me see how's my battery on the DualShock. Okay, it's fine. Very heavy rain in my town, like in the race. Okay, so on the first 3 places we have all Dutchmen. It's Bjarne, Jesper and Nurluzer. Then we have Juan, Jordi, Virzu, Edzax, Matt, Axe and Juragoy. Out of the top 10 we have Rom, Ryan, Maimunosa, Wolves, Senna, Brover, Wi-Fi, Kyler and Kafroad. The only driver who didn't make a lap. Now let's go to the main event. To the race, Bjarne with the additional point for the pole position. It's a rule in our league. Let me drink some water between those sessions. We have sunny weather, sunny conditions. And yes, we have a history. First ever time we have 20 drivers to the grid. Full grid. With that thing that we are coming with creating Formula 2 on the next season in 2019 game. It's just beautiful. Full grid. And I'm also going to race an F2, but I don't know it will be broadcasted. The sure thing is that F1 will be broadcasted. But still I don't know. Who will comment that races? Now we start with a formation lap. Bjarne from the pole position is now starting, so he's just to finish the race. Jarno and Wi-Fi were both disqualified. Yes, even with closed window I see that. I hear the thunder, the lightnings. Jasper can win. I think yes, he was very close in Brazil on the first race, but he spun and then happened that thing that he lost only 0.2 of seconds because of the penalties for Bjarne. We are now just before the start. Matt and Edzax both disqualified from the session, but they don't care about formation lap, to be honest. It's just for drivers to hit their tires. Also Kyler and Tuanabisen are both disqualified. So many disqualifies, like always. Now, one question. Bjarne, Jesper, Nuruzer, Juan, Jordi, or maybe Vilzu. Jordi and Juan crashed on the formation lap. I think if we had a real F1 race with all those drivers, half of them would retire on the formation lap. Just to be honest. Asa is in McLaren, but he's a Williams driver. I will replace him with Caffrod, and Caffrod will be pointed as a McLaren now. Bjarne, Jesper, Nuruzer, Juan. It's delayed typical. And now lights out and away we go, finally. And let's see who started well. Now Jesper came to the lead ahead of Bjarne. There is also Nuruzer who was fighting for the third place, looking for some space. Let's see how it happens for the back. There is Kyler. I see also Ryan Webb came into 7th place. Now Jordi dropped into 6th place. Vilzu is now 7th. Ryan Webb with a beautiful start. He's now P6 right now. Let's see how it is on the front. Top 5 is Jesper, Bjarne, Juan, Nuruzer and Edzax. Now I see the fight between Jordi. That is Vilzu ahead against Axe. Axe has to now gain a lot, because this race can mean if he will fight for the championship. Now there is Ryan Webb who spun. No, it was Wolves. Let me see this. He spun. What a disaster for the Force Intra driver. I don't know who made the fault. Who can be blamed for that? Now Caffrod overtakes his teammate Jarno de Brove. But they are all both out of the track. Now there is Senna fighting with Jarno. Actually not bad overtake. Jesper ahead of Bjarne in the lead. Probably Bjarne gave some place for Jesper, because the Dutchman can still fight for the title. But now Wi-Fi the 5-second stop and go penalty. Same with Frank, who had to go to the pit. Same with Jarno de Brove did get the penalty. Yes, he did. Speeding in the pit lane. Exactly a beautiful start with 5th place. Ryan Webb, what the hell did he do? He's now 6th. Jordi 7th, Wilzu 8th, Axel Matt 10th. Isa with a beautiful start. He came from P20 to P11. So no complaints for him. Mamnos also made nice, as you can see. It's only one position up, but he was much lower. Jarno Brewer retired from the session. It's the end of the race for him. Here we go, Jesper first. GG to all the drivers because no one retired on the first lap. Now Jurek is fighting with his countrymen. Both Slovenians now. Now Jurek came slower than Captain, who's high on the standings. Let me see what's happening. Now no loser came close. Have Ed Zaks and Ryan Webb just behind them. Jesper with the fastest lap. It gives him 1 point. He's on the soft tires. Let's see which tires drivers put. Only Ed Zaks and Ryan Webb has the ultra softs, and Axel with Matt have both medium tires from the start. Captain overtaking Isai. Hope there was no crash between them because we know Captain for making a lot of dive bombs. Now Urago is looking for some space ahead against Isai. He came much faster for that corner. There was a contact. I don't think I can blame Isai for that because he just came from the corner slowly. But it can be your opinion given. Now there is Ryan. He's still only slightly slower than Ed Zaks, only about half of a second behind him. Same with Jordi behind Ryan. Juan is still very close to Bjarne and Jesper. I also think that Axel can have destroyed transfer for the championship. Now Bjarne with the fastest lap than Jesper. It can mean that Bjarne has to defend against the Ferrari driver. Let's see. He has the DRS, same with Bjarne. Jesper is on the lead calmly. And Jax is now fighting with Ryan. They were going wheel to wheel the turn 3 now, coming to the turn 4. Let's see, Ryan is faster. Please don't overtake right here. He did it with a contact, so it was his fault, but he lost, so no penalty for that. Now let's see this, even in Hungary, the place which is called Monaco without barriers. Everywhere. I think there's so much overtaking. Jordi came very close to Ryan. So false India driver has endangered by him, by the Scottish. Now Juan, he will use the RS for sure. Yes. Now let's see this. If he can overtake Kafrov, do have his second time penalty, but he's losing over about 8 seconds to run. Now Juan tries to overtake, goes wheel to wheel the 10-1, but Bjarne goes ahead. Still they are wheel to wheel, so that is not the end. They are coming into turn 3. Bjarne just ahead and defends his second place right now, but let's see if he can still have one. Juan is still just behind him. No loser, very close to both drivers, Ferrari and Mercedes. So he also can join the battle. Probably there is no place to overtake now. Let's see, Wilson and Jordi still behind Ryan Webb and Ed Zaks. But we have a battle for second place, right? Jesper is trying to escape. He is just above 1 second, but it's not a lot of advantage. Now Jordi fighting wheel to wheel with Ryan Webb. Let's see this. Or maybe now that battle. Jordi is now ahead of Ryan. Now let's see. Juan is coming wheel to wheel. Now fighting with the Dutchman still. They are fighting at number 2, but now Juan is just ahead of Bjarne. Let's see if Bjarne can go inside. He does it. So there is still wheel to wheel. There is not yet. And there was a contact. There was a contact. I think that it was Juan's fault. Bjarne lost a lot, but at least Jesper has a 3 seconds advantage. Ref is that incident. I don't know what to say about it. We saw everything. Now captain fighting with Bjarne. No, he just overtook him because Bjarne has a damaged front wing. Yes, as you could see. But now let's follow the battle for the position number 4. It's Jordi Edzax at Vilzu. Edzax is closing the door for Jordi. Now he left it open. And Vilzu is just behind them. What a move can be made by the Finn. He's still fighting. It's three wide battle on the main straight. Vilzu is just behind Sauber driver. Now Jordi is 4th. As they can show us, but now Vilzu, what an overtake, but still there is not yet. Jordi is now 4th. And also next wheel to wheel battle just behind them against Ryan and Edzax. What a battle by those 4 drivers. They are still on the fight. Let's see, Vilzu will come behind Jordi. And Ryan Webb is now 6th. So for now this battle is ended. But just behind Edzax there is Axe. Will they make it with motors? I don't know. Ero Wolf. Why Ero? Was with the fastest lap of the race, so he will get 1 point for now. Made nice. And he overtook Bjarne, of course. Now Bjarne fighting wheel to wheel with the Force Ninja drive, but he probably lose this battle. They are going very fast through this corner. They are just fighting. Juan is slightly closing. And there is Caproad behind Jesper. I said them. Blue flag is black flag. Now Axe overtakes Edzax. Probably there was a team order, so now the Frenchman still fighting for the title. Of course, there is no chance that Juan will win the championship in this race. The first match will come in Russia, which is the next race, which will be 1 hour earlier due to Canadian Grand Prix. Now Matt overtakes Edzax, getting 8th place. I say the pit, and I saw someone spun. It was Axe. So the title contender lost his chance to overtake Vilzu, Ryan and Jordi. Now he has to fight with Uruguay. 2 Slovenians ahead of him. What a disaster for the Frenchman. But let's see this, because it's fight at least for 1 point. Bjarne is overtaking Isai. He's trying to get as many places as possible before the pits. Now Axe, he can make a much longer stint because he's on medium tires. Now there was Uruguay who came out of the track. Let's see if he will do a nice release. No. So we have no problems with a tough race. But now Matt was fighting with Ryan Webb. He's fighting for the top 12, which will give him a guaranteed seat for season 2. Now Matt overtaking Ryan. Not this time, Ryan. Late braking, but now he missed the braking actually. That's why Matt is now 6th. Sorry. Because we have 3 second time penalty for multiple corner cutting, because we have strict corner cutting that every battle ends in a spin. Nice. Yes, this is true. Good gamer. Now Ed Sachs overtook Ryan Webb here. Let's see what is between Wolves and Bjarne. Now what a... I don't know who is blaming for that, but it is very destroyed race for the Dutchman. I think this is the end. He has to come for the next pit stop. As you can see, on the first gear, and I think it was Wolf's fault, or maybe Bjarne made it by himself because he didn't leave space. We'll see later. Ryan Webb in the pits. He braked on time. Oh no, I saw the thunder, the lightning. But it's far away from me, so no worries. Bjarne will have a physical type penalty for corner cutting, but he's probably cutting the whole chicane. Castro retired, so the end of the race for Williams. Now Bjarne. You can see he's barely going. He probably gave up. The end of the race, the end of the dreams. Anyway, nice start by Kaller, he's now 11th. Captain also did nice. The McLaren driver in the Red Bull car is now 8th in the points. He has slight of luck because Axel spun. Wi-Fi with a second time penalty. Our grid just... what I can say. Bjarne in the pits. Probably he will finish and make the fastest lap, but because it's still 1 point. But what a disaster for him. Now Juan, as you can see, came only 1 second behind Jesper on that laps. So there's a battle for the lead. No loser. 3rd position. Captain goes into 7th place. Axel will not come into the pits, so that means he's 8th right now, but he has one Avicenna behind him. The Haas driver will probably look for the fight, but I don't know what's that. Almost spun by... it's almost spin by the loser. A tough race today. F1 spinning. Ryan Webb came close to Ed Sachs. We still have to remember that top 12 didn't make a pit stop. And Bjarne made 2 pit stops. Oh, Bjarne coming in the ultra soft, so he's probably going to do the fastest lap of the race. Now Juan came too close to Jesper to avoid the fight. I mean Dutchman to avoid. Ryan Webb fighting with Ed Sachs this time. Very close. Much faster exit. Let's see, because it's going to be hard battle. Let's see it from the onboard. Juan is also closing to Jesper, I'll see later. Now let's see this. It's between Ed Sachs and Ryan. Now Force India is faster, but yes, the British is faster. He gains the 13th place, but it was close to not end this battle because Ed Sachs had the space inside. Juan and Jesper, will they come to the pits on the coming 3-4 laps? I don't know. Not. Now. There is the fight. Jesper coming inside. Juan also using the slipstream. Now making a dive bomb, but he didn't do it. Jesper still on the lead, but it's not the end. Let's see if the Spaniard can overtake Dutchman right now. Not. It's battle between Ferrari and Mercedes, and now Ferrari is faster because Juan lost 3 seconds. Now he's just behind. He's almost wheel to wheel, I can say, because it's about for tenses, so. And also I see that Juan has to save fuel. Ryan Webb is now coming to Wi-Fi, overtook him. No, because it's wheel to wheel still. The Ferrari driver is still ahead, but let's see. We just have a second time penalty now. Ryan is overtaking, still wheel to wheel. That's not the end. The Slovak driver is still fighting. Now he's ahead of the Ferrari. Now Juan next time with the RS. Losing half of a second. He was closer, but not now. There is no space to overtake. There is no chance. I say with second time penalty. After a beautiful start, promoted into P11. Now P16. I see also Axe A, but can he overtake captain? It's about 5 seconds. Yellow flag detector, so it's Virzu. It's Jordi, not Virzu, out of the race. Jordi crashed after the 10-5 as I count well. What a disaster for the McLaren driver, and also it makes Axe's case easier to fight for the championship, but it's only 2 points more. Jordi left the session. The end of the race for the McLaren, but he crashed by himself probably. I'm sure even. Juan in the pits. Jasper still on his steed. He's really pushing right now. As you can see, 4th ERS mode. Nuroser comes into 2nd place. Also Virzu on the podium right now. He has a Force India behind him, but it's probably Wolves. Yes. Can Wolves be unlapped by Virzu? It's way too hard to overtake the finish. Matt on the 4th. Captain will not gain to Juan. Now Axe. Without position gained. Ryan overtook Urego, so this is the fight for P10, and now he's fighting with Kyler. Sheffield versus Sheffield now. Ryan Webb overtook successfully, and Urego also did not, but still fighting. That's not the end. Now he goes outside, Kyler inside. There was tight contact, I think. Urego nearly spun, but they are fighting. Now Jasper in the pit, same with the loser. Can Jasper be ahead of Juan, who pitted 1 lap before both Dutchmen? Now the loser overtook Jasper in the pit, but we're still focusing on the fight for P11 right now. I don't know what is the reason. We're in the lead. Now let's see, Jasper ahead. Let's see. And that's a good undercut made by Juan, who made a pit stop 1 lap earlier. Now he's fighting with Matt, but the Matt interest is now to block, to find a chance for the podium. Now on Abisena, you think that captain is on the pit, getting 7th place, same with Axe now 6th. You're going to have 5 seconds stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We have pit stops right now. Let's see which drivers are putting. Captain on the mediums. Nurus and Jasper also on the mediums. Juan on the mediums. One is now fighting with Matt. Also Urega on the medium tires. Now that's all about the tires. Let's actually have 3-second time penalty. Juan is fighting. Juan is looking for some space to overtake the Renault driver. I remember that case. after Italian Grand Prix, Axel had about 30 points or 40 advantage ahead of second driver, and everyone was congratulating him with the championship of European Racing Organization. Now Juan takes the lead ahead of Matt. And Juan is now the leader of the standings, but now Juan blocks the space. Matt had to brake. Now Axel came 5th, so he's ahead of this, but he still did not make a pit stop. But he's on the medium tire, so it means that he can make his stint longer. Same with Matt. Same as Matt. But then now came very close to Virzu. Now that's the fight between Haas and Toro Rosso. Very aggressive indeed. But Senna is now behind. Let's see if he will fight. No. Now Matt can be overtaken by Jesper. Because Juan and Jesper are both fighting over the title. I know that Jesper's third, but he's losing about less than 30 points. So it means that if Juan will crash, I don't wish that, but if Jesper would win, that means that he will, let me see, will he overtake? No, he would be still second, just behind Juan, that's all. Now I saw the Ferrari fighting with Mercedes. It's Bjarne, and that was an obvious contact by Bjarne, who is now lapped by Evil Wolves. He is such a lucky man that he made no damage for Juan. Now, as I can see, is my maths is right. Now let's see, because Captain fighting with Rom, Bjarne retired from the session, so it's the end of the race for him. But I'm sure he will get a penalty point for that maneuver on Juan. Now Rom very close to Captain. Captain left the session, but he retired, so there is no problem with it. Wife over Toyken by Uruguay. But Jesper also came very close to Matt. Now there is time to overtake the Frenchman. Yes, he does it. So now, not the end, because Matt is fighting with win. Now he's way too far to overtake. The job for Jesper is now to catch Juan. He's losing about 1 second. Wife have a 50-second time penalty. But he's ahead of Uruguay. Behind, sorry. Also, I see the loser came close to Matt. We still have an action. Matt ahead of Jesper. So he should do any mistake. I didn't see that, to be honest. So now Matt makes the check, guys. More difficult now. Jesper's a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, which means corner cutting. Now Matt in the pit, so free space for Jesper to go as fast as he can. Will Axel also come to the pit? Kyle will have his 2nd time penalty. Now the loser on the podium. Axel will come 4th. But he still didn't make a pit stop. Now where is Virzu? Behind the Frenchman. He will attack him for sure if he will come faster. Because he comes faster, but it's not enough to overtake the Frenchman. Late braking. Now he's closer. Now let's see, because Uruguay retired from the session. Now let's see if Virzu can overtake the Axel, there is fight wheel to wheel for that corner. Wilzu or Axel, let's see. It's Axel ahead of Wilzu. Now also Rom retired from the session. What's happening there? There should be a safety car because two drivers retired on one time, actually. A few seconds. Let's see where Rom retired. Grego has left the session. I don't know, to be honest, where they crashed. Probably it was there. On the second DRS, we'll see the incident, how it happened. There's still much to the hope to make some points. Isaac will have a second time penalty. Now Nuller also came close to Jesper. Now he's overtaking his countryman, taking second place, but Jesper is still looking for a kind of place to attack. Not this time. Nuller came into second place, making Jesper's case to catch the title contender Juan much more difficult. Now Virzu is fighting with Axel. Virzu came into fourth place, so now Juan has much more comfortable situation, because Jesper third, even if he got a penalty. Axel fifth, so he can escape from his title contenders. I know that Jordi, he's almost on the grass. He clipped the grass actually. I know that Jordi Nurzer and Bjarne still could fight for the title for this race, but I think that's the end of their dreams. Only 3 drivers who have any chance. I hope there will be no carnage after the first fast corner in Russia. It's my hope. No! Matt was overtaken by Axel. Why the onboard camera didn't see that? I don't know. Axel has his tires worn very much. I think that he has to make a pit stop. He's the only driver who will visit the mechanics. Now after the pit stop he would come only 10th, I think. Or even 11th, we'll see about that. I don't know, to be honest. Now Axel every second time penalty for multiple warnings, so even it makes his case for giving the title even more difficult. Now Wolves is letting by Nurluzer and Jesper, and same with Juan, but as I can see, Nurluzer is very bit faster than Juan. With that pace he would not catch him, but just 1/10 faster, just about 30,000 of seconds faster at every sector, not lap, and he would catch. I don't know, to be honest, just a stupid maths. Nurluzer without a penalty, Jesper 2 penalties, Juan 1 penalty, so Jesper also has to escape from the also fight between Wills and Matt. They are going wheel to wheel, but he's going his race of his life in our league, coming fourth. Very good strategy chosen by him, and also coming to fourth place, prompted by 4 position from the start. Great performance by the Frenchman. Maybe he would finish the podium, but I think it's too many. He's losing too many. Also Ryan came very close to Axel. And also Wi-Fi is very close to Kyler. I know they will not fight for the points because it's battle for P12, but still Ice is also slightly faster than Senna. Ryan Webb closing to Axel. Maybe he would attack him. He will attack him on the main straight. Now let's see this between Nurluzer and Jesper. But the Dutchman is way too far to attack. Ryan in the pit, so it's the end of the fight, it's the end of the duel. Access still without the pit stop. How he stands are handling with 24 laps. I don't know, to be honest. Now it's Access behind him. I think that Access has to make the pit stop. Has, if he wants any points. I'm honest. I'm just being honest. Still a very good late. It's not like typical Hungary, boring one. Wolf is still racing. I see. No, ISI close to Senna. Using the RS, same with 5 against Kyler. Now there's a battle between those two drivers. The Slovak and the Brit are fighting, but Kyler pushed slightly Wi-Fi from the track, but I think it was an incident. And Wi-Fi will have a next try. They are both losing about 11 seconds, 12. To ISI, who will fight with Wannabe Senna, but there is still very tight between the loser, who is less than 1 second behind Juan. So we have 10 laps to go. And we'll see if he can overtake the Spaniard. Also, he made something like a train for Jesper because he was holding him behind himself. Now Jesper loses only about 1.5 of a second. He was losing about 3 seconds. Now Wi-Fi finally over to Kyler. Not this time because he missed braking. He's back into 13th place, but we're still following the loser and the Jesper. Haas driver and Mercedes one. The only Silver Arrow still on track. Can make good points and podium at least. The top 3 has over 20 seconds of advantage behind Matt. So there is not going to be ended fight. Now Jesper has a DRS. Juan trying to escape, but it's not enough. He uses the Wi-Fi second time penalty. He uses no ERS. I mean, Juan now he uses low ERS deploy mode. But I'm still curious who will win, because Jesper had a very good start, but then